Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we have more Artisan going home again, and we have more endings to do, because last time we sort of accidentally did Melody's ending, so that was cool. So now we have Justin's and Andrew's endings, and at least, and I think we have an ending where you just sort of make the money on your own. But Melody's ending is that you're paid $50,000 to just stock a gallery, just like that, like boom. And the Kareth boy owns. Now, remember that it's the Kareth boy who owns the gallery and bought our art and paid for stuff. Just saying. Yeah, I don't know. Let's just jump on to. Wait, oh no, we can't because I need to write the book. So, here we go. We can't do these endings until we've done all the creativeness we need for that. No. Oh, I was on number 5. I have to make issue 6 too. Okay, so I'll just fix these things first.
All right.
So we can get the those endings. No, I wanted to sleep. Why am I clicking these random things? What?
Oh, what time is it?
We could save. And, okay, sure, let's go do Justin's ending. Because we want to. And then because Friday night is when we can get Andrew's ending. Is he called Andrew? What is his name? Alan. My God, his name is Alan. What's the right first letter? Alan. Okay, Justin. Here we go. I got my book done. Try to find Justin. With your book now complete, you set about trying to find your friend somewhere in the park. Though you know full well he's never by the brick planter, you circle it 2 or 3 times, just in case. And to buy yourself a bit more time before having to decide whether or not to present your book to him. You did make a promise, but what if he laughs at it? You will keep your word, of course. You have to, but it's not lying if you make another better book and show it to him, right? If it's good enough, maybe he won't... He laughs at everything. You haven't fully decided what to do by the time your nervous pacing stumbles across the place Justin is set up to draw, and before you have a chance to duck out, he notices you standing there. I remember his accent here. Hey, look who it is. Did you run here or something, Ellie? You look kind of tired. I hope you aren't in a rush on my account. No, not at all. I guess I just found a long way to get here today. Kind of. Well, no, not really. I mean, I wasn't in a rush. Alright. So, is there anything I can do for you? Nothing really. I just want to see what you were up to. I don't know. I've been sort of uninspired, but visiting you always seems to help. Oh well, just out for a walk, but I always have time to say hi, stop and say hi. Ellie, what is it? Oh, here. I'm sorry it's not very good, but I still want you to have it. So, you've really been doing some new stuff with these latest drawings, huh? It looks really good, don't you think? Who am I kidding? Here, it's the best I could do, and I want you to have it. Huh? Wait, you got me a gift? That's totally awesome of you. How can you be so worried after something like that? You could have given me an empty box and I would have liked it because you gave it to me. Really? Why didn't we just give him an empty box then? Of course, you don't need to take everything so seriously, Ellie. Especially not around me. As long as I can get a smile, I'm happy. Thank you. Still, I hope my little book is a bit more interesting than an empty box. Huh? Your book? No way! Is that what this is? Justin opens the box you just gave him and finds a lovingly, if not a bit rustically, hand-bound journal. The pages are printed simply, with ink drawings decorating the margins and other unsightly blank spaces. There were a number of full-colored pages sewn into the middle of the book that contained prints of paintings you had done to accompany it, but were either too large or too thick to have fit in their original form. The originals you wrapped individually in different colored papers and placed in the bottom of the box. Hours pass. Justin turns the pages delicately, somewhat aware of their fragile state. He has read most of the book, but has said nothing at all. You look up at him periodically to see if his opinion can be gained from his expression. He seems affected. Not unhappy, but not amused. It's strange for him, and a little disheartening to you. Time marches on, and he finally finishes reading. He pauses a moment longer to study the color prints one last time before closing the book, then places a hand on your shoulder. Did I tell you that you were the sort of person who would have talent for everything? It's amazing. Really? I was afraid the story might have been a bit soppy in parts. So you actually like poetry? I thought I was the only one who read it. Really? I didn't notice. It seemed like a good balance of intellect and feeling. But knowing you, I can see being surprised by how incisive some of the sentiments were. You're a bit more of a romantic than you like to let on, aren't you, Ellie? Is that so weird? Artists are always, by definition, romantic, I thought. Oh, so it was too soppy then. The great ones are. And no, it's not weird at all. I just mean that sometimes we're surprised to see things in ourselves that the people who know us take for granted as being a natural part of our makeup. Thank you, Ellie. I wish I could repay you somehow, but I know I don't have anything that can match this. I need to work harder. Don't say that. I wouldn't have written it if you hadn't encouraged me, and it's such fun. Really? That makes my happiness complete then. And since you more than kept up your end of the bargain, I guess it's time for me to make good on mine. There's something I need to go get real quick though. Can you hold on just a minute? Justin tucks the book into his bag, then digs around until he comes to a small stack of folder paper. You look around his shoulder curiously, but before having the chance to ask what he has found, he turns to you, then places the papers in the palm of your hand and closes your fingers around it. You smile at him, without the slightest idea what it is that has been handed to you. Apparently, however, that was all the acknowledgement he desired, as your words of thanks are preempted by a sudden declaration. And if you're not in too big of a hurry, I thought of something else fun to do while you're out here. Really, what's that? I thought you might like to check out the castle across the lake. Actually, I've been meaning to mention it to you for a while now. I just never got around to it somehow. You said you hadn't been down to those grounds yet, right? We've just had the rose gardens replanted. I think you'd really enjoy them. No, I haven't been to that part of the park before. It sounds amazing, though. No castle? I didn't think that was part of the park. Do they have munchies? Yeah, I'm getting kind of hungry too. We'll get something to eat there, that's no problem. It's a beautiful walk there by the lake, but really long too, and landscaping is a bit lost on an empty stomach. How about I put my stuff away and bring my car around? Faster there, faster fed. I can call ahead for a pizza if you want. Yummy! Car? Yeah, room. It's a really pretty blue and silver. I think you'll like it. Oh, okay, sure, sounds great. If it's no trouble, I mean. After everything you just gave me, I think I'm entitled to put myself out a little for you. But it really is no trouble, don't worry about it. Wait for me here a few minutes, okay, Ellie? I'll be right back. You agree and continue to wait under the shady tree. While he's gone, you decide to take a moment to look over the short stack of paper he gave you. It's a manuscript. A poem, to be exact, with a dedication on the front. A small gift to my dear friend. I wrote this for you, and if you say it's any good, I want it to be the dedication in my own book, which, if I'm fortunate, will be half as handsome as yours. Hold on to it, okay? It might be worth something someday. Bisous, Justin. You've given the works of your own hands to people on many occasions, but this is your first time having received such a gift. You take a moment just to enjoy the penmanship before moving into the verses themselves, which are crafted with equal grace. They are as warm and serene as would seem natural given their creator, and the simple pastel drawings that accompany them are stunningly beautiful. Even now that they find themselves dotted in tears. You quickly compose yourself. A teary face is not easily concealed with only a compact, or explained as anything other than having taken something too seriously. You fold the pages to put them away, but notice another folded piece of paper clipped to the back of a page. Anxious to know any little work you may have missed, you unfold the attached sheet. There's a note. But just in case it's never worth anything, take this as well. You look under the note and find the signature of one J.R. Careth on the face of a check. Justin is the Careth boy whose family owns the gallery, which he makes Melody work in for him. He's rich. For $50,000.
I did it.
Hi Mom, hi Dad. How are the new menus coming along? She is so tiny! Like what? Did the logo redesign for the cover I sent you work out? You have to tell me when it's done. Seeing your tables with fancy full color menus will be so cool. Things have been well here. I'm pretty sure those sniffles from the other day were just allergies. And the most amazing thing happened, though not related to the sniffles. Do you remember that building across the lake in Dale Park? The one I always said was a castle but was probably a resort? I finally got to visit it. It's such a beautiful building with even lovelier gardens. It's not a resort though. It's actually a house if you can't believe it. My friend Justin lives there with his mom and dad. They're both lovely people. His mom's an artist. It's easy to see where he gets all his talent from. His temperament too. She's nothing but sweetness. I'm sure you'd both really like her. His dad is reserved, but very nice. He clearly worries about his son, and seemed to have no idea what to make of me at first. Justin broke the ice quite adeptly, though, when he joked that I was the hard-working artist friend who forced him to finish his book for Uncle Reggie. He smiled much easier after that. It's amazing how much Justin and his dad look alike when they smile. His uncle agreed to publish Justin's book, which I was thrilled to hear, but he apparently agreed to publish mine too. I'm not sure when that happened, but I couldn't argue with Justin once he told me. Especially since he's already ordered 5,000 copies for his dad's bookstores. At this point, I'm not sure what would be more embarrassing, having my little book crash after such a large investment from someone I care about, or having anywhere near that many people read it. I guess I'll just hope it's better than I think it is. On the bright side, I can now get the last payment on our house together. I hope it will help you guys, but it sounds like things are already doing great if you're getting such nice menus made without having to sell ads on the back cover. That reminds me, when I told Mrs. Careth about our restaurant, she asked if they could have reservations one evening to come visit. I thought that was very sweet, and I told her I'd see what I could do. So, Dad, do we have a reservation book? It looks like we're all coming to see you soon. I can't wait. I miss you all. Between here and there, though, take care, and my prayers are with you both. Seriously, this dude, like, she must be so short and small. Like, there's nothing wrong with being small. I'm not saying I'm not saying that. It's just that when you play the game, you get no sense of people's like individual heights, and it's funny how the guys so far have been really tall, and she just looks like a gnome. They could just be really tall though. I don't know, but yeah. It's funny, the extreme height differences. But, oops. Hey, we made a book. So Justin is the Careth family. So it all ties together. And I don't know what happened, but last time I did the Justin ending, I think I got some other information out of it. So I know that at some point Justin told me something about, I'm pretty sure it was Justin, first time I played, at some point he told me that he used to have a friend way back who had to move, and it was it felt like the game sort of made it clear that Justin was Ellie's childhood friend that she left when they moved, but I don't know. We didn't get that info this time, so that was weird. But that's what I remember from playing this game the first time and getting Justin Ascending. Just to say that, because apparently we didn't get that information this time around playing. But anyway, so there we have the tie between the two first endings. Sort of. He's the Careth boy. Yep. So Our mission now is to get Alan's ending. Oh, I forgot that I forgot that we don't have any good inspiration. Man. No, you know what? I'm gonna do that again. We need to get we need to go out and get inspiration. Hello. So we can get that comic book done. Hopefully we can get the whole thing done. Come on, please, please, please. Yes.
That wasn't so bad.
Alright. Alan's ending, here we come. Alan's ending, here we come. We should get it now because we're done with all the comic books. As you approach the library from the street corner, you see Alan sitting on the stairs, resting his head on his folded hands while he ponders something seriously. Though there's nothing odd about seeing Alan lost in thought, it is a bit unusual to see him as such with no abnormally thick books present. He sees you coming from a distance, however, and races to meet you before you can ask after him. Ellie, how good to see you. I was hoping you would make it tonight. I could do with a bit of a cheer. You look very well. How are you feeling? Alright. Is something wrong? Emmy doesn't have another cold, does she? Well, I've got another issue of my comic finished. Here you go. A little dizzy, but fine. It's a nice night, isn't it? You can ask about Emmy, his sister. No, Emmy's fine. She enjoyed that drawing you did for her, by the way, and she wanted me to let you know she was asking after you. I guess I just... My father sent word to my mother last week, though she's only just told me of it today. Seems the parish is doing well, and that he has trained enough people there in medicine for the clinic to run without his supervision. He's coming home soon. Allegedly to stay. That's great. Well, he wasn't eaten alive by some horrible disease. I just don't know what to think about it all. If he had come home when I was still a child, I would have been beside myself. 10 or even 5 years ago, and I might have been simply disinterested. As it stands, though, I'm thinking of taking a little trip somewhere this year soon. Nothing extravagant. Just some time away while I get my head sorted out. But I'm concerned. Will you manage without me all right? Of course, you're my friend, not my butler. I'm tougher than I look, you know. I'll miss you if that's what you mean, but you need to take care of yourself first. As long as they have hot dogs at the convenience store, I'll survive. Go with that one. When you say it like that, I think I shouldn't go at all. Don't worry, I promise I won't shrink while you're gone, okay? Can I call you, though? Of course. Why? Is something wrong? Well, I'll miss you. You're my muse. Talking to you helps when I burn out. Your muse? That's a very pleasant way of saying the annoying guy always bothers me about when the next issue will be done. I'm flattered, and I'll miss you too. But if you're burning out, you might want to take a break as well. I mean, I really do enjoy your books, of course. But what's important is, are you happy making them? Of course. I can draw and put food on the table. That's pretty good, right? I'm a real artist. Why can't I have a muse? Alright, I'm a muse. Let me go grab my Sithara, and we'll head off to the comic book shop, okay? You never talk quite so much on the way over as you do at the event itself. But being curious about Alan's new trip, and finding that conversation does not particularly seem to distract him from his driving, you spend a great deal of time asking after the details of his plan. Or, perhaps more correctly, advising him of what he might like to do, as he has apparently given it no consideration himself. He takes your suggestions with the same even calmness you would expect of someone who has raised 3 younger sisters, but shifts his attention to your words with more seriousness when he perceives you taking his manners as condescension. Time passes and you both arrive at the store in good spirits, with nothing resolved upon except to enjoy the evening. So there you kids are. You're looking well, Alan. Ellie, dear, forgive my directness, but can I have a word with you for a moment? Of course. What can I do for you, sir? With me? Is something wrong? What's this all about, John? I don't like the look on your face. You better not be picking on my friend. Don't none of this be concerning you, lad. Now, Miss Ellie, I know you don't typically leave your work long enough to have a look at the other studios while you're here, but there is one in particular I'd appreciate you taking the time to visit with. He's no friend, actually. I've been carrying his books for years now. His studio has just started distributing their own series nationally in trades, and they're in need of a little help. You mean Candlebasket? Did they finally get the deal with the Carith books chain? Carith family is everywhere. They own like every single bookstore in the country. Not really, but they have a major book chain. So I mean, the Cariths are like everywhere. Basically, the Cariths are the ones who give you money in all these endings. Sort of. Is your name Ellie, lad? Candlebasket. I know them. They do the cute mouse book you like, right, Ellen? Carith Books? Isn't that the big coffee shop in the mall back home? Probably. Probable. It seems you can't swing a cat without hitting Carith Books anymore. Candlebasket has been working on getting this contract for 2 years. If it's true, they will have gone from being one of the largest distributing indie presses in the state to being the largest in the entire East Coast. If it's true, now when have I ever gone around making up things about people, especially an old friend? Everything's been signed and the first set of their books are due at the end of next month. That's great. How can I help your friend, Mr. Miller? Does he need filler art? Well, bless your button socks. No, David and his kids have the art covered for their own books. That's not the problem, but they do need another series to fill out their contract. So David asked me about Wickersham's. He wanted to talk to you about licensing your series to them for distribution as a trade collection. I told him, of course, that you're very busy, but being a sweet girl, that you'd likely pencil him in. He gave me this written proposal for you to review, though, just in case. Oh my gosh, Ellie, this defies words! Although I should probably start with something along the lines of congratulations. So what does it say? They want 4 volumes. I'll be able to save our home with all this. Wonderful! I bet you can't wait to write to your mom and dad about this. You know you're allowed to be a bit more excited about this than I am, right, Ellie? Oh, I am. The room isn't actually moving, is it? Whoa, I gotcha. Try to get a couple of deep breaths. There, you look a bit more steady. How do you feel? Oh gosh. Alan, you can start carrying my book at the library now, right? That's right. I shall peddle them shamelessly. Why don't we get over to your table? You can rest a bit, and I'll go grab my books. I'm really happy for you, Ellie. Now, are you feeling better? Yes, much. But I think I should talk to Mr. David. Do you know where he is? Well, yes, naturally I do. You still look shaky, though. Here, take my arm. If you must go, I'll go with you, okay?
I did it.
What? Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. How have things been at home? I hope that business is well, and that Lola has forgiven me for leaving her on my tables to watch. I'm sorry the new server didn't work out. I'm sure she's better off where she is now, and that you're all running things more smoothly without her. But it must be hectic, especially this close to our seasonal pancakes going on menu. I'm really going to have to send Lola some flowers for this one. Things have been well here. I have another payment for you. Actually, I guess it would be the last one. I'm sorry this has to come to you before I do, but at least I'm not very far behind it. The little comic I've been drawing is going national soon. Part of my agreement with the company during the distribution was to attend some kind of trade show to help promote it, so I'm afraid that will keep me away for a few days longer. I have to ride a plane to get there. Weird. I never thought I'd have to travel so far from home. Honestly, the whole thing is a little scary. But at least I'm not having to go alone. My friend Alan, you remember me telling you about him, right? Is taking some vacation time to go with me. I told him he didn't have to, but he said it was no trouble. That he really enjoyed the show in previous years he attended it, and that Mr. Miller had offered to give him his merchant's pass if he would keep me company the weekend. I didn't argue the point as much as I probably should have. His enthusiasm for the trip settles my nervousness towards it a little. It might even be fun. Who knows? But I shouldn't be thinking about all that. I got enough packing left to keep my head busy from worry. On the bright side too, I'll have my things all ready to come see you after the show is done. I can't wait. There's so much I want to tell you all about. Between here and there, though, take care, and my prayers are with you both. That was Alan's ending! I don't know, do we have time to do another ending? Okay, we can look at the ending gallery because we've done all the endings. So there are 15 endings. How the... What? How can you get 15 endings? These are 3 endings. There are What? Like, these developers be crazy. And we ain't getting 15 endings, I can tell you that right now. But we'll see. No, actually, we'll take a break here and we'll see what we can do with the next episode. Either it's gonna be super short, or we find lots of new weird endings. I don't know. But cool. That's it for today. So we got the boys' endings, so to speak. And yeah. So thank you all very much for watching. Hope you're enjoying Artisan, going home again, and I'll see you all laters.